This is what I'm talking about, guys. Tommy Nation Politics.
Free thinking,
hey guys,
innovative, and totally open-minded. Tommy Nation Politics.
Happy New Year. It's 2023. We've got a brand new year with the, epiphanies of our seasoned experience in 2022. As free thinkers with that critical reasoning, logic, empirical data, no doubt we've got some amazing New Year's resolutions to fulfill. I know I do. It's all about enlightenment, guys. It's all about evolution. As I talk about evolution, I just want to say hi, of course, to the free thinkers groups. For those of us that are awakening and becoming free thinkers, those of us that already were, I say welcome. Welcome to being awake. Welcome to the desert of the real. It's a scary world out there, guys, and we've got a lot of enemies. There are sheep, and there are wolves, and there are wolves dressed up as sheep. It's one of those things, guys, that it makes me ready to kind of do some spring cleaning, take out the trash. One of the things up on the docket, of course, is in this group, no propaganda. I'm going to be constantly fighting against that no propaganda. It's the best way to tell the sheep from the shepherds from the wolves dressed as sheep. The propaganda that you spread reveals yourself. Other things that are being revealed, guys, the Twitter files have dropped. More of the Twitter files have dropped, showing the FBI curtailing the amendments of the free speech and due process, privacy, all of that, guys, to override our civil liberties and to collaborate and to collude with corporations to take those rights away from us. It's part of the bottom line, guys, profits over people. One of the things that I've seen continuously in 2022 was the crossing of the line of profits over people. The railroad strike and the votes that most of the squad, except for Rashida Tlaib, carried out to union bust and to make that railroad strike illegal. Profits over people. That whole meltdown of cryptocurrency guy, Samuel Bankman-Fried, ending up destroying a lot of lives, ruining a lot of retirements. Profits over people. These corporations have profits over people. They'd rather sell weapons of war and death to Ukraine than to have peace. Profits over people. I think 2022 was definitely the year of profits over people. It was definitely the year of propagandists being revealed. One of the things that I love about Tulsi Gabbard so much, I know a lot of you, my detractors anyway, who it's getting easier and easier to ignore you guys because you are so delusional. One of the reasons why Tulsi Gabbard, shifted to the right or MAGA light, she's none of those things, but she befriended Tucker Carlson. Because Tucker Carlson was the only person on the entire cable news networks that would let her talk about anti-war stuff. That would let her talk, period. MSNBC, CNN, they shut her out. They called her a Russian asset. They banned her and canceled her. The only place she could go was Tucker Carlson. And now look at her. Her and Tucker Carlson just making waves with the propagandists, telling the truth. And it's about... There's so much light being let in, guys, that these propagandists, they are very, very loud, but they are definitely a vocal minority. There's definitely a silent majority. There's definitely light in the darkness that I can see. I can see Tulsi Gabbard constantly fighting, no matter how many smears and propaganda techniques they throw at her about her, her record and her thoughts. She constantly hits. She hits hard. Just the facts. And what I was noticing about the George Santos interview. So, I love how Tulsi Gabbard deals with propaganda. This is one of the things that I've learned. She teaches me so much. She teaches me how to be courageous, how to stand up for what I believe in, and she teaches me how to deal with propaganda. Because George Santos, as soon as Tulsi was talking about his lies, what did he do? Whataboutism. Well, what about Biden? What about the Democrats? Whataboutism is a propaganda technique that was made famous mostly in Soviet-era Russia. The two parties have taken that whataboutism propaganda technique and they've reinvigorated it, and that's why it filters down to these less smart, poor propagandists, which I will remain nameless because I don't want to point anybody out, trigger them. But when they're doing whataboutism, like, what about Biden? What about the Democrats? What about you? What about him? He did propaganda. Distracting. I love how she said, just straight out, this is not about the Democrats and Biden. This is about you and your oath to your constituents. She just fucking clearly cut his propaganda apart, bro. And then she went back, and then she talked about Biden and the Democrats and their lies and shit like that. God, Tulsi's so crazy. She's so awesome. There's nobody that can control that woman. I would love to have just like a little bit of the courage, a little bit of the willingness to face the formidable foes that she does. My foes are not very formidable. They're just very loud and obnoxious and incredibly, incredibly uneducated. But as I start to ascend and evolve, I know that the real foes will emerge themselves, and I've got to be ready for that. So these little matches of propagandists in this group is just a practice round for what I've got to face. David Brock, probably. Hillary Clinton, probably. Who knows? Who knows? But all I do know is that there's a lot of people that are fed up with the lies and distractions. There's a lot of people fed up with the propaganda. There's a lot of people fed up with the collusion of big tech corporations. You might call them MAGA light. I call them free thinkers. And there's no ideology, there's no political ideology that's attached to that. It's just us seeing what's the writing on the wall. Campaign finance contributions have corrupted our political class to the hilt. They are no longer they're no longer our civil servants. They are the enemies of the people. And the mainstream media is not a watchdog, they are a lapdog. This is just as clear, it's as clear as transparently possible. But the thing that's amazing, though, is that these Twitter files revealing all of the collusion with the deep state and Federal Bureau of Investigation. And then Samuel Bankman-Fried, I put the link up there, guys. He went to jail for his crimes. And guess who was the biggest Biden cryptocurrency Silicon Valley donor? Guess who was the biggest donor of Biden in Silicon Valley? Samuel Bankman-Fried. Hey, guess where his parents are from? Ukraine. These are starting to become revealed, guys. This whole little money laundering Ponzi scheme, warmongering regime change, war propaganda shit, proxy war is starting to become revealed. The pieces are starting to come together every single day that Biden remains in the office. So if I was him, I would get out lickety split. I would not try for re-election. I would pick up my fucking, what do you call it? Pick up the poker? I'd pick up my chips and go. Every day Biden remains in the Oval Office, another piece is getting revealed. His donors are being revealed. His cronies are being revealed. His masters and the banks, Jamie Dimon, Goldman Sachs, they're being revealed. His fucking compatriots are slowly becoming persona non grata. More people are turning towards Tucker Carlson, Tulsi Gabbard. Tucker Carlson's the most watched show in the country, guys. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Even though he's racist and a transphobe. There's no amount of propaganda, guys, that can save you from the reality of things. The reality of things is that your masters, the people that you shill for and simp for, they're being revealed. And they're going to hell. you're going with them, guys. If you continue to simp for them, I mean, that's just how it is. It is how it is. Every associate of the devil will be in the lake of fire with him. So I don't know what you're doing. Maybe you're just really, really uneducated. Maybe you're blind. Maybe like Morpheus said, you're just so enamored with the system, you're willing to fight for it if need be. But I can tell you guys, you're just a fucking warm-up round. You're an appetizer for what I'm meant for. And I've got to be ready. So, when I suspend you for spreading propaganda, sending me messages about how horrible I am and how Jesus didn't help me, I mean, why would I listen to you? You spread propaganda. You vote for Democrats and Republicans. You literally don't know your fucking elbow from your ass. At this point, you're stupider than fucking poop. And it's not like me trying to insult you or be mean. It's not me flying off the handle. I don't believe that you should be hung from the neck. But I just have to warn you guys. You are playing with fire, simping for these war criminals, these corrupt tyrants. You're simping for Satan, guys. And every single associate of Satan gets into the lake of fire. In every single book, guys, is not just the leader. Who was being shelled? Was it just Hitler in Stalingrad? Or was it his entire army? At the end of the day, the Nuremberg trials happen and you get executed for your war crimes. And Hitler, he goes to sleep with his Kool-Aid that ever brought. He gets out easily because they're cowards. But you're gonna face consequences, guys. You don't fucking get awake and open your minds. It's really not a warning, it's just not a threat, it's a warning. It's a prophecy. No justice, no peace. This year, I think that justice will be coming. This year, I think eyes will be awakened. This year, I think propaganda will be defeated. This year, I think we'll ascend and evolve. This year, I think we'll take our powers back from the tyrants. This year, I think we will stop the corrupt. And we will no longer allow what is being allowed. We will manage our birthright and promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty. This year, it's up to us. Be free-thinking, innovative, and open-minded, guys. Stay constantly vigilant. And make sure that you hold yourselves and your intentions to task as well. Every day. Because this is not the time to be a sheep. And this is not a time to be a goat. There are wolves in sheep's clothing, and our shepherds are corrupted. Now's the time to be a free thinker. Now's the time to be a lion. Now's the time to be a patriot. So that's the message that I want to send my Free Thinkers group. This first day of the year. This first day of the year, it is the beginning of the rest of our lives. And we have choices. Let us all try to hold each other accountable to make the good ones. To make the ones that promote the general welfare and secure the blessings of liberty. Let's stand up for the truth tellers. Let's defend the righteous men and not ask for Barabbas. Let's turn the tables on the mainstream media that manufacture consent for the banks, Wall Street, and the military-industrial complex. Together, we can do all things, guys. Hashtag not me, us. Hashtag progress. Hashtag life. Hashtag free thinkers, guys. Happy New Year. I'm constantly vigilant in these efforts to at least give justice and peace, righteousness, and empathy to the world that I can control. The world I control is this group. No propaganda. You'll be suspended. If you continuously spread propaganda, you'll continuously be suspended. I don't need your letters about how I'm a tyrant or blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's so dumb that I just don't want you to spread propaganda. But you're calling me a tyrant. At the same time, you're simping for the real tyrants who are murdering people worldwide. I mean, if I could just analyze and just articulate and communicate how ridiculous you are, it would just be a waste of time because you wouldn't understand and you would just continuously spread propaganda and do the same things. So I won't do that, but I will act accordingly and I will uphold the rules. I will uphold the righteousness. I will defend the truth tellers. I'm the watcher of the walls. I am the watcher that guards the realms of men. I shall father no children. I shall have no lands. We are the people of the Night's Watch. And till the day I die, I'll be on the wall watching. Jon Snow. If anybody didn't realize that. Anyway, guys, the night is dark and full of terrors. Let us begin a new year. Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Well, old acquaintances sometimes are douchebags. They're toxic propagandists. Maybe old acquaintances should be forgotten. In days of old lang syne. Going to the store now. Read the link, guys. It's a very interesting piece on Vox, which is a kind of left wing. They call it left wing. Democrats aren't left wing, so it's all just skewed. Overton Windows fucked right now because of the corruption. But Vox, they're usually defending the fucking Democrats. They straight up talk about how Samuel Bankman-Fried is the biggest Silicon Valley donor. It's a very interesting day when regular partisan panderers are literally just like tired of the lies and they have to tell the truth. This fucking veil is coming down, dude. The walls are closing in on you propagandists. The walls are closing in on you corrupt politicians. The walls are closing in on you liars. The walls are closing in on you criminals and scum. The walls are closing in on the people that take advantage and marginalize the poor. It's only a matter of time until you pay the price for your tyranny. The tree of liberty shall be watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots, for that is its natural manure. Thomas Jefferson. What do you think, guys? Tommy Nation Politics.